my channel. So today's video is going to be first of hopefully a few more back to school type videos. School is going to be coming up really soon, and I know like some people love to hear that, other people hate to hear that. I'm kind of like on the borderline of going back to school this year because I'm just like, do I want to go back? Do I not want to go back? You know. But anyways, it's going to be a high school advice video for you guys. I've been out of high school for quite some time now, so I feel like I have some pretty good advice to give. I'm going into my junior year of college, so like I said, I've been out of high school for a while. This might be helpful if you're going into high school and you don't know what to expect, or this might be helpful if you are in high school and you kind of just want to like get a different experience out of it. So I have a list of things written down on my clipboard, so I'm going to be holding my clipboard here and there. Sorry if that bothers you, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and jump in. So tip number 1 is get involved. I think it's so important no matter what type of schooling you are going into, whether it's like middle school, grade school, high school, college, like wherever, whatever, get involved because that is the best way to make friends. It's the easiest way to make friends. You know, you don't want to be walking around the halls every day and like being like, oh, you know, so-and-so's involved in this and so-and-so's in that and they got a lot of friends. And not that it matters like the amount of friends that you have, but just finding somebody that you can share common interests with, whether it's, you know, a handful of people. Nobody says you have to have like a million friends. Having a couple close friends is so nice. So for me in high school, I ran track and cross country. I cannot talk today. And that's how I made a lot of my friends. So a lot of the friends that I had throughout high school were friends that I met through that sport. They were great. We shared a common interest. We got along really well. We spent so much time together. And it was just natural friendships that I formed, which I thought was really great. And I think it's so easy to do that if you join a club or some sort of group or a sports team that you enjoy doing what they do and doing what they're like a part of. Whether it's like a book club, maybe you love reading, you want to be a part of a book club, or you love like track and you want to be on the track team. Like you're finding a group that's going to share a common interest with you. So I think it's so important. Like I said, easiest way to make friends. Tip number 2 that I have is don't be afraid to switch up your lunch group. And I know this is kind of like, it's a stupid tip, but honestly, you have lunch every single day, 90% of the year, excluding holidays, like that you're not at school, but like you're always eating lunch at school. And yeah, you might sit with the same group all the time, but for me, like, I like to kind of switch it up to just kind of be like, oh, well, I haven't sat with so-and-so in a while, maybe I'll sit with them, and maybe you spark up like a really good conversation with them, and maybe you're like, wow, like I can't believe I'm not better friends with them. Especially freshman year, I think it's like the best time to switch up your lunch group because you still are meeting so many new people, and it's just like, okay, I'm going to sit with so-and-so today, but tomorrow I'm going to go sit at this table and like all that kind of stuff. Like, I guess as you progress in high school, you might not switch your lunch table as much. I know like my junior and senior year, I didn't really switch my lunch table much because I just had like a set group of friends and that's who I sat with. But freshman year, I switched up my table a handful of times because it was good to get a different experience and hang out with different people. Because it's ways of like meeting people that are like good for you and good to be around and share common interests with you that are just like natural friendships. So that's just another tip. It gets you to know more people and I think it's fun. Tip number 3, be friends, not friends, but be nice to everyone. Nobody says you have to be friends with everyone, but at least be nice to everyone. And at high school, a lot of people are going to be mean. That's just kind of how the world goes. Like, sadly, it's that way, but, like, that's just how it is. So, just be nice to everyone. You don't know what type of internal struggle people are having. You don't know what their life is like when they leave the school doors. Like, you don't know. So, just be nice to everyone. There's nothing wrong with being nice. Like, it's not going to make you unpopular. It's not going to make you, like, frowned upon. Like, it's just something good to do. Like, get in a good habit now of just being nice to people. You know, a couple maybe encouragements throughout the day to people that need it. Like maybe a couple people that you know are like, oh, they could really use a confidence boost. Give them a confidence boost or say something nice or do a good deed for somebody. Like, it's just not hard to be nice, people. Promise, it won't kill ya. Tip number 4 is a lot of things that you think are going to ruin your life or you like think they're like the biggest deal and you're like, oh my god, this is so ruining my life, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's probably not going to matter like 2 weeks from now or a year from now. So many things like that. I know like a couple times in high school, like, I embarrassed myself big time. Like whether like I tripped in the hallway or like I did something embarrassing and everyone saw it, or like I embarrassed myself with like a boy, or like I made a fool of myself around the guy that I liked. Like, I thought those things were literally going to ruin my life, and I promise you that they don't mean anything now. Like, even after I graduated, like, nothing mattered. When I thought it was this huge deal, like, weeks from that time, it did not matter. 2 weeks from that time, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that. I was so stupid. Or, oh my god, that was so embarrassing. But, like, whatever now. Like, those things just don't matter anymore. So, like, seriously, you'll be okay. You'll get through it. Tip number 5 is take a lot of pictures. I know that I love looking back on pictures, old pictures, like, no matter from, like, when. Even if I took, like, pictures from, like, my freshman year of college, like, I still love going back and looking at those. So I think it's always fun, too, like, especially when you first graduate high school and you're going into your freshman year of college, like, you might miss your high school friends a lot, and you might miss certain things about high school, and it's just, like, it's kind of nice to, like, go back and, like, look at all the pictures, you know. I always went to Friday night football. Like, Friday night football was, like, a huge thing where I lived, the high school that I went to. That's just what you did. You tailgated, and you went to the game, and it was just super fun. I took pictures all the time at those games. I took pictures every time I went out with my friends, and it's just nice to have those, like, to look back on. So that's just a word of advice. I think it's fun. Number 6, work hard for good grades. I worked hard in high school, but I could have worked harder. I had very good grades, but I could have had, like, excellent grades. I was kind of, like, a student where I didn't have to try in high school. Like, the material kind of just, like, naturally came to me. I didn't spend time studying for tests. I just kind of did homework and was like, whatever, like, I'll do this, like, the period before. Like, it's not a big deal. But, I just think that, like, actually working hard for your grades, it's going to pay off so much, especially when it's time to come for, like, college and stuff. And if you want to go away to school, scholarships are a great thing to get, and I think if you work hard throughout your high school years, getting scholarships is so much easier. I know that I was able to actually receive 2 scholarships when I graduated. They weren't anything, like, super big, but it was still, like, I got 2 scholarships, and those help out, and they last for 4 years of my education. So that's really great, but I probably could have gotten, like, a bigger scholarship if I would have tried a little bit harder in high school. So just remember that, like, grades are still important. You should still work hard in school. Tip number 7, don't worry about being the most popular person, and just do what makes you happy. Like, who gives a crap if you don't have the best clothes that everyone else has, or if you don't have the best hair, or whatever, oh, you didn't go to that party last week, like, you're not cool. Like, who gives a crap about that stuff? Because I promise you, if you start getting into the habit at a young age of, like, doing what makes you happy, being happy with who you are as a person, that just sticks with you for the rest of your life, and you will just have so many years of happiness, because you're worrying about yourself. I know in high school, like, sometimes I was a little worried about, like, oh, what people thought about me, or, like, oh, I wonder if so-and-so likes me, like, do you think they like me, or do you think they, like, can't stand being around me, or, oh, I wish I was like so-and-so, like, she's so cool. Like, I was like that for, like, the first 3 years of high school, and then senior year came around, and I was kind of just like, I'm gonna do what makes me happy. I don't really care what you guys are doing, but this is what I'm doing. And now I've kind of carried that trend over into college, and now I really don't care, like, what other people think about me or about doing what's popular, because I'm doing what makes me happy. So that's all I'm really worried about in life. And I feel like if you start that at a young age, it just makes life so much better. Tip number 8, walk on the correct side of the stairs. If you go to a school that's a bigger school, I went to a bigger school, we had, like, set ways of walking up the stairs. Like, I think, like, the right side was, like, the upstairs, and the left side was, like, you walk down. Don't walk up the downstairs, because that is the most annoying thing. And I think freshmen think that it's really funny to do it, because I know, like, when I was, like, getting higher up into my schooling, I was noticing, like, freshmen were like, oh, let's go up the downstairs, like, it's really funny, and it's just like, no, it's stupid, like, you're getting in my way, I only have 5 minutes to get to class, and I have a lot of area to cover. Like, don't do it, don't be that person, nobody likes that person, just walk on the correct side of the stairs if your school has a thing like that. Number 9, if you want everyone to take your gum, then go ahead and take it out in front of everyone. But if you don't want people taking your gum, then keep it hidden. Because I swear to you, in high school, it's like, if you have gum, it's like, oh, they've got gum. Like, dear so-and-so has gum. I always had gum. I had to chew gum in high school. It's literally the only way I could focus. 90% of the time, it's like, I had to chew gum. Like, that's just how I was. So I would have packs and packs and packs of gum on me And in my locker, in my purse, in my backpack, I had gum everywhere. And let me tell you, I took a piece out one time, and everyone's like, do you have more? Can I have a piece of gum? Where'd you get that piece of gum? She has gum? Oh my god. And then it's like, before you know it, there's like 15 people like crowded around you asking for gum. So just keep your gum hidden, because unless you want to like give your gum away to everyone, then like keep it hidden. It's okay to keep it hidden. Or if they ask you like, hey, do you have a piece of gum? Oh, no, it's my last piece. Like, I always did that all the time. I was like, no, it's my last piece. I didn't want to give my gum away to everyone. Like, don't do it. Okay, number 10. Boys suck, and having a boyfriend is not the most important thing in high school. I know that it seems like that because everyone in high school seems to have a boyfriend, or at least that's how it was for me. All of my friends had boyfriends. I was the one that didn't have a boyfriend. It was annoying, but I'm telling you right now, I'm so glad that I never had a boyfriend in high school, because I was able to do so much more, and I had so much more fun without having a boyfriend. Like, if you have a boyfriend in high school, that's great, but I just had so much fun because I was like only responsible for myself. I didn't feel like I had to like report to anyone. Not that I feel like I have to with my boyfriend now, because like whatever, but I was just able to be my own person. It was just me, and I did what I wanted when I wanted, and I enjoyed it, and it was fine. Like, I went through some stupid stuff with a boy in high school, and it's just not worth it. Like, I look back now and I'm like, girl, you wasted so many years of your life like chasing after a boy that wanted nothing to do with you. Like, don't do it. It's stupid. I promise you, you will find somebody so much better. So just don't do it. It's not really worth it. Number 11, people will be mean. Just ignore it. I said this earlier in the video. Like, literally, people are mean. Like, in high school especially, just mean. Like, for no reason 90% of the time. They might not even know you, and they might still be mean to you. Just brush it off like it doesn't even matter, because that's going to piss them off more. And to me, I think it's funny, because it's like, you're trying so hard to get me mad right now, but like, I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm just going to brush it off my shoulder and walk on. So, just ignore it. It's really not that important. Alrighty. Number 12, get some work experience. I think this is super important to have a job in high school, because I think it helps you mature. It gives you your own spending money, so you're not having to go to mom and dad all the time and asking mom and dad to borrow money. It's just nice. I think it's good. It's really helpful. It gives you more experience, so that when you get to college, like, you just have a better head on your shoulders. I started working when I turned 16, so it was like my sophomore year, I think. And I've been working ever since. So I was able to pay for gas for my car. I was able to pay for my driving classes. I paid my parents back for those. And I was able to, you know, if my friends wanted to go out on the weekends and go see a movie, I was able to pay for the movie ticket myself. I was able to pay for food for myself when I went out with friends. Just being able to pay for yourself when you go out with your friends is just like a nice feeling. And being able to like focus on that time management of, okay, I have schoolwork to do, I have practice, and then I go to work. Or, you know, just kind of, it helps you get your time management down, it helps you mature, and it's just nice to have be a little bit more responsible and have money of your own to kind of control. So I think it's really great to do that. 13, do volunteering. Any chance you can, get some volunteering in. I know a lot of schools force you to do like volunteer or like service hours or whatever. I know we were forced to do it, but then again, I did go to a Catholic high school, so I don't know if it's like that for every high school. But for me it was, and it was required. But don't be afraid to like go over like the minimum. Like, the minimum's like 20 hours. Like, don't be afraid to go like over that, because honestly, volunteering is really fun. And find a place that you really enjoy volunteering at, and it's like awesome. And I also think that it gives you a different perspective on life, especially if you're working at like a homeless shelter or a soup kitchen or something like that. It gives you a whole new perspective on how other people's lives are. And it kind of just makes you a little bit more humble, I think, for the life that you live and the things that you're blessed with, and you kind of realize, like, I'm very blessed. So I think volunteering is great. I think everyone should do it. And my very last tip for you guys is get to know your teachers. This was a huge one for me. I wanted to know my teachers. I wanted to be on good terms with my teachers, because it's so nice to be on good terms with the teacher, because then when it comes time for letters of recommendation or anything when it comes to colleges, applications for colleges, those are the teachers that you can rely on and know that like they're going to give you a great letter of recommendation. They're going to really help you out. And I had 2 or 3 teachers like that I just absolutely adored, and I was able to go to them for anything, and it was just nice to have that. So I definitely think getting to know your teachers is important. So that's really all the tips that I have for you guys. I hope this is helpful to you if you're going into high school or if you are in high school. So I will hang out with you guys. I am losing my mind today. Alrighty, I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and leave me a comment down below of other videos that you want to see, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!